Currently, I am the program administrator at Borough Kids. We provide before school, after school, and a full-time summer camp for children that attend Rockaway Borough schools, kindergarten through 8th grade. So it started when the budgets were cut and the school was looking for additional ways to make funds to support the staff. So our superintendent at the time, Dr. Patrick Tierney, came to me and said, what do you think about starting a before and after school program? And we thought it was a great idea. So we started our own education foundation. And through that, Borough Kids pays X amount of dollars to the Ed Foundation every month. And then the teachers can come to us for educational grants and support. At Borough Kids, I am the program administrator. I'm responsible for all the business end stuff. I hire the staff. I make sure everyone's trained. I do the schedules, the insurance, the accounting, all that kind of stuff. I've always loved kids. It's always been my passion. I babysat at an early age. I was always excited to be a mom. So that's how I got into the field. For Borough Kids, when the job description was written, so I was very fortunate enough when Dr. Tierney wrote the job description for the program administrator, that one of the things that he was passionate about too was community service. The school is involved with the charities, and the people that work with me also support all of that stuff. The charity that I run is called Holiday Wishes. And what we do is we provide spring baskets, back to school supplies, and holiday gifts for any children in Rockaway that qualify for free and reduced lunch or housing assistance. And the reason that I'm passionate about that, first and foremost, is the back to school supplies. No child needs to go into school their first or second day and not have what they need to start off their school year. I feel like I really make a difference in the kids' lives. I care about the kids. I spend time getting to know the children. I spend time getting to know their families. There's a lot of opportunity there, and whatever I can do to help and support my community, that's what I'm about.
My name is Carly Farrell. I teach 5th grade language arts currently in the Rockaway Township School District. I am one of those kind of cliche stories of I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. Anything I could kind of do to work with children, I always tried to seek out. I really enjoyed the teaching aspect of it. I liked school when I was younger, but I struggled with it. So I think the fact that I did struggle in school in some ways allowed me to see that in other children. So I was able to kind of hone in on what they were struggling with based on my own experience and was able to help them get through it. When I was a senior in high school, we actually had a program called the GT program that helped get students get placed in different fields that they were interested in. And I actually attended the school that I work at currently, Dwyer School. I went there as a student, and it always held a very special place in my heart. So my senior year of high school, I came back here and requested to do my high school program here to kind of keep my foot in the door. I did that for my senior year, graduated, went to Rowan University. And once I graduated from there, I kind of slipped right back in and let them know, hi, I graduated, still interested in possibly working here. And the timing kind of worked out. I went back for my master's in 2019 through an online program at Rowan University, where I now have my master's in reading as well. 5th grade is a lot of preparing them. I joke it's preparing them how to be people, because once they finish 5th grade, they're hitting middle school where their independence level needs to be so much higher. So we ease them into it. You know, the beginning of the year, we know you're not always going to remember every book for switching classes. You might forget your homework here or there. For some students, it takes a little bit longer, but we always say to them, you know, it seems harsh now, but you will thank us when you have those executive functioning skills. I've always felt this connection toward children. I think I really enjoy their honesty. Within reason. I enjoy their honesty. I enjoy their willingness to learn and their genuine kindness that they still have within them and their willingness to look at things from different perspectives and take in all of the information and then work it out for themselves. I feel as if they're really creating their identity and getting to be a little part of that, not to help form their identity, but to help them learn ways they can form their identity. I think there's nothing more exciting than when a student is struggling with something and then you get to work with them when they finally get it and they get that true sense of belonging and that sense of confidence within themselves that you just don't get to always replicate in any other profession. And I think sometimes as educators, we forget that what we do day to day for us, it's a job, but it's an impact. And that's not something you see in a lot of careers.
Hello, I am Madine Despeine-Udoh. I'm the Director of Self-Help Advocacy and Education at the Mental Health Association. The Mental Health Association is a nonprofit that provides a wide range of mental health services in 7 counties, and I oversee a host of programs that provide services to the community for individuals who are struggling with their mental health. We support and encourage traditional treatment, such as seeing a therapist and taking prescribed medications or adhering to a prescribed course of treatment. But our programs actually teaches individuals tools that they can take back home with and incorporate in their everyday lives. We offer services that are more focused on the overall health, one's whole self, because one of the biggest barriers for individuals who are struggling with mental health challenges is that they don't have friendships and relationships. So these programs that I oversee actually provides that kind of support. I did my undergraduate studies at Penn State. I actually started out working in group homes. As a residential counselor. I became a case manager. Once I got my master's from Farrell Dickinson, I went on to oversee the case management program. I became the supervisor. My supervisor, I don't want to say forced, but really challenged me to speak my truth. So fast forward now, one of the biggest things that I do in my position is educate the community on mental illness and mental health. This field is definitely not a field that you get rich in. What makes me passionate and my reward and my payment is the difference that I make in the lives of the people that I work with or come in contact with. Yeah, it really makes me appreciate my life. I try not to complain because I'm blessed. And if I can be a blessing to someone, that I've done my job.
Well, I'm Patrick Enright. I'm the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Workforce Development, and Student Success at the County College of Morris. I oversee all of our academic programs, Center for Workforce Development, and then our Division of Student Success. So essentially, if we teach it, I'm responsible, and if the students aren't successful, I'm responsible. I started right out of college. I started as a Peace Corps volunteer, originally from New York City. When I returned, I moved to Denver and then went to graduate school. My really first postgraduate school position was as a mathematics faculty at a community college. And about the year 2000, I transitioned from teaching into administration. All of the areas that I oversee have a dean. Those 6 people report directly to me. So most of my conversations with the deans are related to strategic issues, but I would say that there's a fair amount of daily problem solving that goes on. Interestingly, I don't actually interact with students that often. It's a great pleasure when I have the opportunity to do so. And if anything I miss from teaching, it's spending time with young people, sometimes not always young, sometimes non-traditional age students. And I don't really get to do that very often. So that's probably, if there's a downside to my job, it's that. But I like to think I have a big effect for all students because the environment that they're coming into is what I'm responsible for, both what it's like for them in class and what it's like for them outside of class when they're participating in events at the college. I like to say that, County College of Morris, we're awesome, but we're not perfect. And every day it's trying to be a little bit closer to perfect. Every day we can get a little bit better. Are we meeting every community member's need? On top of that, are we meeting every company's need in Morris County for trained people? And can we make sure that we're connecting our students to the job market in Morris County?
We're going to start with our awardees. In the program, there is a list of all the nominees. So all the nominees are nominated by their colleagues, other community members, their students. It's a long, hard selection process every year. Our board, we have some community members. So I just want to introduce our first person, Assemblyman Brian Bergen. He's going to start giving out our awardees to our Community Business Partner Awardee tonight.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Assemblyman Brian Bergen. I have the pleasure and the honor to introduce here in a minute, although not just a second, Madine. But before I do, a lot of what I was going to say about her, the history, was already taken up by the video, which is not cool. No, I'm kidding. So I want to say this. Mental health is such an important topic and such an important thing. Myself, I was a military veteran. I was in the Army for quite some time. And the Army really started to get this right early, particularly around PTSD. And it hasn't translated as well into the civilian world. And what I mean by that is policy and lawmaking still stigmatizes mental health. And it's been a long time in the making to improve how that's happening. But in the past decade or so, a lot of good stuff is starting to happen, and a lot of it's happening, quite frankly, on the heels of Madine's work. Now, she works with the Mental Health Association, been there for 15 years, and is doing unbelievable stuff. But one thing that, in addition to that she's done, is something called Hope One. Can you raise your hand here if you've heard of Hope One? A bunch of you, right? Because it is the most popular Morris County program, and probably the most effective initial program I've ever seen. The day that thing started, people's lives started to change. And I found out only today that a lot of it was on the back of the work of Madine. This is really important stuff and stuff that she should be very proud of. And lastly, I want to say before I bring her up here that, she's a clinician herself and she does clinical social work. And there are a lot of people out there that are currently involved in the mental health space providing services. But Madine is a force multiplier who's out there educating people, going into the community and making sure that she makes sure all the people understand the importance of mental health and that the providers are able to effectively deliver those services to the people they're trying to touch. And that work, ladies and gentlemen, is the glue that holds all this together and really is the foundation from which all progress has been made and will continue to be made. So, Madine, you're awesome. Great work. Come on up and get your award. And before Madine speaks, I'm going to bring up Assemblywoman Budd-Dunn to stand with me to give you this. This is an Assembly legislative resolution. It's done by the entire Senate and General Assembly, signed by Speaker Coughlin and Scutari, and then presented by Ora and I. Oh, you're still in the picture, right? Whoa, I brought you up and everything.
My heart is so full with gratitude and humility. Thank you so much, Child and Family Resources. As I stated before, I've been in the field for over 25 years. I literally grew up in Morris County, working in Morris County, raised my children in Morris County. My oldest is 21, and it all started here. So, and this is my first award that I am getting just for me. You know, I'm being acknowledged. So I took the time. Thank you. I took the time to actually write a little something because it is my first one. So this recognition is not just a personal honor, but a testament to the collective efforts of all those who work tirelessly in the field of mental health and education. This award is a reminder of the importance of our work in supporting the development of children and strengthening families. It recognizes that educators in all capacities play a crucial role in shaping the future of our society. Whether we are child care providers, teachers, counselors, or mental health professionals, we all contribute to the well-being and growth of the individuals we serve. I am deeply honored to be counted among the educators who have made a significant impact. Like many of you, I have worked long hours, gone out of my way to motivate and inspire and make personal sacrifices. This award is a recognition of all our efforts, often overlooked, but always essential. As we celebrate tonight, let us remember that our work is far from over. There is still so much more that needs to be done in the field of mental health and education. Let this award serve as an inspiration to us to continue serving, helping, inspiring, nurturing, and excelling in all of our respective roles. I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to my family who's here. My brother and sister came out from far just to support me, and my husband for Thank you for your unwavering support and love. It has been my constant source of strength throughout my journey. Thank you, Child and Family Resources, for this honor. To my colleagues at the Mental Health Association who are here today, thank you for your support, and for all of you who have worked to make a difference in the lives of others. Together, we can continue to shine a light on the importance of mental health and education in our community. Thank you.
Thank you again, Madine and Assemblyman Brian Bergen. I'm now going to introduce Chris Williams, a representative from Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill's office, and he's going to be presenting the Higher Education Awardee.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Williams. I'm representing Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill tonight. She regrets she wasn't able to make it, but it's really good to be with you all. And so as we celebrate the amazing work of Child and Family Resources. Before I talk about Patrick, I want to just acknowledge Madine, Carly, and Brenda for all the amazing work you're doing in the community. Congratulations on this special recognition. The SHINE Educator of the Year Award for Higher Education recognizes an educator who exemplifies the organization's mission and the values, and who's gone above and beyond in their professional practice. Tonight's honoree, Patrick Enright, has been serving as the Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Workforce Development, and Student Success at the County College of Morris since 2021. He's held a number of positions at CCM, including leading the Departments of Professional Studies and Applied Sciences, Workforce Development, and he was also Dean of the Business, Mathematics, Engineering, and Technologies Division, my favorite coursework as well. Patrick began his career in Colorado at Pikes Peak Community College and Arapahoe Community College as a faculty member in the mathematics department. We're very grateful that his career has taken him here to New Jersey. Our office has had the pleasure of working with Patrick and the CCM team throughout Congresswoman Sherrill's time in office. Patrick and CCM are doing incredible work in demonstrating true leadership among county colleges here in New Jersey. Their efforts to bridge gaps in workforce development pipelines are remarkable and are giving young people of all ages really opportunities to really thrive in this state. They work closely with local employers to figure out the workforce pipeline that is needed, and then they provide the training for in-demand fields like healthcare, technology, manufacturing, and supply chain management. You could see it all in the building happening around campus, from the new health services facilities to the entrepreneurial and culinary expansion, and also the new Veterans Center as well. This is a really vibrant space, and it only happens through strong collaborative partnerships and strong leaders like Patrick. So please join me in recognizing Patrick Enright as the SHINE Educator of the Year.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations to the other awardees. We're all doing, the hard work. I really just want to do a shout out. If anything of significance gets done, it's done by a team. And my team, our team, is at table 6, and I'm going to do a quick run around of that table real fast so that you see the people that are doing the work at the County College of Morris. And I'm going to begin I'm not quite sure I'm going to get the order right, but I'm going to call out Dr. Maria Saza, our Dean for Health Professions and Natural Science, an awardee last year. Around the table is Dr. Ariella Panic, our Dean of Students, whose commitment to holistic support of our students is really critical to the work that we do. Moving around the table, back here is our Associate Vice President for Workforce Development and Student Success, what I like to call our grant magnet at the college. It seems like whatever she applies for, it comes in. For the nonprofits in the room, no, you can't have her. Further around the table, our Vice President for Enrollment Management and Marketing. I think I got the title wrong. She's awesome. She's worked hard to make sure that we are accessible to the entire community, eliminating barriers to students enrolling. And then really kind of the leader of the show, the conductor of the railroad. And not just the conductor. I mean, he keeps the train moving, and when the train's not moving, he gets out of the conductor car, heads back to the caboose, and pushes us. And that's our president, Dr. Anthony Iacono, who's created the vision for the college and has led us to great achievements. And not lastly, but you really. I left the college today at about 5:45. Those folks were all still at their computers, all still doing the work of the college, and we all go home at night. And I have a team at home that takes care of me, even in spite of my many faults. And so I'm going to call them out. My daughters, Emma Enright and Ellie Enright. And then my beautiful, smart, and long-suffering wife, Lori Enright. So I think really, you rock. I think we all know that do the work. It really is a team that does it. And I appreciate, while I appreciate the recognition for myself, it's really on behalf of all of them and the County College of Morris and my family. Having said that, I will keep the certificate for myself. All right. Thank you very much. Oh, there's hardware too. There's hardware too. I'll keep this too.
You only got one name engraved on it.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm glad to know that you were sitting at table 6 because I saw the pressure at that table during the live auction, and I do not want to sit there next year. Do not. So we'll continue with the awards. Tonight, I'm going to introduce Mike Reynolds. He's our board president, and he will be presenting the district's awardee.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to introduce an outstanding educator who's made a tremendous impact on our students and school community. Today, we're here to recognize Carly Farrell for her dedication, leadership, and passion for education. She has gone above and beyond to support and inspire her students, and it's no surprise she's honored at this year's SHINE Educator of the Year. Carly represents everything that this award stands for through the unwavering commitment to her students and her school. Carly started her career in 2016 at the Catherine A. Dwyer Elementary School, where she was an alma mater. She graduated in Rowan University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English and Elementary Ed, and she also has her Master's of Arts in Reading Education. Over the past 9 years, Carly has been committed to guiding and motivating children. She has played a key role in fostering their development in character, reading comprehension, structure, writing, and critical thinking. Carly is the founder, the faculty advisor of the school's digital news club, Mustang Monthly. She also launched a virtual summer book club to keep students engaged during COVID-19. As a co-advisor of the TREPS program, she helps students develop skills. Beyond that, she actively participates in the district's mentor program supporting both students and educators. Carly strives to foster a love of learning in her students and works daily to create a classroom environment where every student feels safe, comfortable, and confident in themselves. Carly is truly an amazing and inspiring educator, and we're so lucky to have her shaping the minds of our future generations. Please join me in congratulating Carly in this year's SHINE Educator of the Year.
I wasn't going to mention TREPS, but there is a marketplace on April 3rd. If anyone's around, you're interested in soaps, chocolates, lip balms, I don't know. April 3rd, children are selling it. They're really cute. You'll want to buy it. Come on around. I did write something that's more eloquent than what I just said. So that's where I'm going to start. I would first like to thank Child and Family Resources for this honor. I would also like to congratulate my fellow honorees as well. I would also like to thank my family for their continued support over the years. From reviewing my multiplication facts at the kitchen table to listening to me vent after a long day of work, their support of education has never wavered, and I'm very grateful to them. Both of those events often ended in tears, by the way, so the fact that they've stood by me is really impressive. I am humbled to be standing in front of all of you accepting this award, but I do not feel that I am up here alone. I teach 5th grade ELA in a K-5 school, which means that by the time the students reach my classroom, they have already had a number of incredible teachers before me. The students come to my class with a strong foundation that these educators have built, and I have the pleasure of adding to it once the students enter my classroom. I could not teach my students about a character's internal conflict if they didn't comprehend the story, and I could not teach them the structure of a literary essay if they didn't already know how to write and complete sentences. So while I truly appreciate and am honored by this award and recognition, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my fellow colleagues as well. So to my Dwyer family, I share this award with you. Teachers, we know, do not choose this profession for the accolades. We don't invent alliteration songs for praise, and there isn't a medal for the most engaging small group lesson. We choose this career because we know that sometimes it's more important to ask how a baseball game went before checking the student's homework. We know that there is a person behind the student, and that fostering a connection with them is often the only way to expect any type of learning to occur.
I'm incredibly proud to be part of a profession that allows me to not only make an impact on the academic development of a child, but also to be a small part of who they eventually become. Fewer things feel as rewarding as receiving an email from a former student who is just checking in because they miss you, or hearing your name called from across a town festival only to see a group of teens running towards you to ask if you still teach the description dance. As teachers, it's the small moments, the things that we don't even realize that we're doing, that often make the greatest impact. So I would like to once again thank Child and Family Resources for recognizing that those small moments sometimes deserve a celebration. Thank you very much.
I'm right-handed.
Thank you, Carly. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to introduce Assemblywoman Budd-Dunn, and she's going to present our award to the Community-Based Early Childhood Awardee. And I love this. This is a podium that's finally like ergonomic for me. That's because I'm in a room of educators of little learners. But thank you. What a pleasure to be here tonight. It really is an honor to award this really what the centerpiece of what all of this is about and all your work. I always say I say it down, I bring it to the State House, there's no greater investment than investing in early childhood. So it does give me great pleasure to announce Brenda Budd-Dunn. And I just want to share a little story here about Brenda Budd-Dunn. When I first got into office, I entered office, and 3 months later it was COVID. I'm considered actually the COVID class of legislators. There's a few of us. But I really stood frozen. I said, what am I going to do when you take the public out of service? How am I going to reach people? How are we going to help them? And, you know, we all remember right at the beginning, right? There was almost like a deafening silence. And I get this email from Brenda. Brenda Budd, by the way, and there's going to be significance to this story in a little bit. And letting me know what the challenges were at the Rockaway community and with the children, and what needed to be done, and looking to me, you know, said, what are we going to do, you know? And I remember, you know, so we had kind of a dialogue, right? And then all of a sudden I noticed there's another half of your name, Dunn, my name. And I'm like, oh, I've met my teammate. And I thought, well, I like to say I get things done, but I'm thinking, this Brenda lady, what hasn't she done? And you do it all. And we know that there's been years that you've devoted to that, 2 decades running the daycare program, and now at Borough Kids. And but I always like to say, you know, it's really, we don't measure our lives, right, in how many hours or years we've served. It's how many lives that we've touched and really made a difference in. And I know you really are passionate and devoted to the after-school programming. We know that after 3 p.m. is considered prime time for juvenile crime. So Brenda, we are just indebted to you, really, for all that you've done for the community and continue to do. You are truly a tireless community servant. So I hope you very much take pride in this award, but I know there's so much more to come in the impact that you have on our community. So I want to share, you know, we see this here, it's always the acronym, but to remind you of the acronym and what it stands for, and that Brenda Budd-Dunn, proud, yes, maybe we are related. You really embody the SHINE spirit, which is serve, help, inspire,
nurture, and excel in all that you do. So thank you again, Brenda, and as your Assemblywoman, it is really gives me such great pride to present you with this award. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do. Thanks. Good evening, everybody. And thank you all for being here to acknowledge and congratulate all of tonight's recipients. I am beyond humbled to have been chosen to receive an award that mirrors the values that are most important to me. It is my privilege to serve the youth and families in my community. Helping people makes me feel good. It inspires me to be a better person. Being able to nurture the health and wellness of community members, whether it be by having a place to go after school, during the summer, providing prevention programs, holiday gifts, back to school supplies, anything that I can do to help the children excel. Again, thank you all for being here, especially to my children, my husband, my friends that are my family, my teammates, who without all of them, none of this would ever get done. I would never be able to shine without all of you. Thank you very much.
We'll help you hold your stuff. You can go in the middle. I'll hide behind when I can at the podium. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Phew. Perfect. Thank you. So, congratulations again to all of our awardees. It's well deserved, and we would just want to give you one last round of applause before we leave. So first I want to start off with a few thank yous. Thank you to our Board of Trustees at Child and Family Resources for all you do for us. Thank you for showing up for us and showing up tonight. Thank you to our legislators. Your presence here helps acknowledge the importance of education in our communities. And last but not least, I want to thank all of our staff at Child and Family Resources, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do every day. I'll leave you with this. You can clap for them, it's good. I'll leave you with this. Education is the backbone of our society and the key to unlocking individual and collective potential. As a society, we must strive to ensure that every child, no matter their background, has access to the resources and opportunities they need to succeed and make our community better. Education is a right, it is not a privilege, and it is our collective responsibility to support systems that provide this right to every child, every step of the way. From early childhood to college, every stage of education plays a vital role in shaping who we are and who we become. It equips us with the tools to create change, build a brighter future, and live meaningful lives. Let us continue to invest in education for every child, and as we do, we invest in the future of our communities. Thank you.